Yeah, not really. It's just in my comedic relief.
Gosh,
Yeah, it's my comedic relief.
Of course it is.
Come on now. Come on. Yeah. You're watching the most vexatious podcast out there.
That sounds very, very
Negative, yes, because it means annoying.
In my head, it sounded more.
You're gonna want to
more
put
dirty.
me down?
Yeah, this podcast is a podcast of We're Alive Descendants, and we're only doing We're Alive Descendants. If you haven't listened to the latest episode, Life for Life.
9.
Yeah, Life for Life.
Yeah,
Chapter 9.
Story, not chapter. Story 2 of 3. Then maybe you should listen to
He's
that
doing
first,
good.
and then
He's doing good.
come back here and listen to us, because this episode is full of spoilers. I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is AJ.
Ace.
Waka.
And
Welcome. Man, this episode is getting better and better and better.
Yes.
If you are on board right now in this episode, because you're like, oh man, I've been bored and the previous episode's been boring and it's getting better now, shame on you. We've been enjoying every single episodes of Descendants, and it's paying off.
Ever since they went into the arena, it's kind of been hit after hit after hit.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, we thought it was going to slow down for a couple episodes because of where we're at right now.
Yeah.
And it's not. It didn't slow down.
Oh no.
It's
No,
just,
not at all.
it's really just hitting and it's running and it's still running.
Yeah. So we are so happy that this episode happened, and man, holy smokes! I posted on Facebook before anything else. I posted something on Facebook right after I listened to the episode. I said, all I'm saying is, if you haven't listened to Gold Rush, I don't know, maybe you should.
Maybe you should.
He probably should.
Yeah, especially after last episode, because that last episode's entirety was set up for Gold Rush is coming back.
Yeah.
I told myself, I put in the notes to say this publicly. I apologize for thinking Gold Rush was just some side story. Like, there was no importance to it but to laugh.
Yeah. You know, it reminds me of when we interviewed Casey Whalen and talked to him about Gold Rush, and he said that I'm pretty sure he tried his best not to mention anything that Gold Rush will come back in Descendants. But we asked him, it's like, what is your favorite, and he said, I like Gold Rush, and it makes so much sense now.
It does.
So much
It does.
sense.
I like the old West. I like Gold Rush. It's like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Of course you did.
Oh, man.
So that part, and I know I'm gonna jump all the way right ahead to that and end scene in this episode. That part when Gloria said me, it reminds me of
That would be me.
right. It reminds me of Endgame when Captain America by himself. He's fighting this army of Thanos' army, and then you heard Falcon said, Captain, your left. If you know nothing about that, you won't like.
On your
oh,
left, that's
yeah.
right. Yep.
You're like, oh, okay. What does that mean? But if you know what it means, you're like, bro.
If you don't know, it's a saying.
Yes.
If you know, it's a saying.
Right,
It's a statement.
Right, exactly. So yeah, let's talk about this episode. What do you guys think?
Yo, okay.
A lot.
I was very happy literally from the first couple words.
Yeah.
Because right out of the gate, we're like, almost immediately you hear Nekoma.
Yes.
And we've been wondering for the last few
I have it
parts,
right
like, where's Nekoma?
Exactly.
Because she just disappeared.
Yeah.
And she's finally back. And I was so excited. I was hoping she'd be in a little bit more, but at least, like, now that she's back in, we know she's going to have more of a part.
Right.
And
Because she had the opportunity for exit, and they didn't go that way, thankfully. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, okay, there's a staple here. Like,
Yep.
now she's going to get reeled into everything
Yep.
else.
And now, like, we kind of have some sort of information about Nekoma. So we started the episode of them heading out with Seal. Seal is walking out Vera with a crowd of people cheering. It's like, oh, it's finally over. I was like, and then we heard Nekoma, which is so weird because previous episode we talked about, it's like, what happened to Nekoma? Like, when did she come back?
Yeah, exactly.
And then here she is.
I was like crying. I was like, where's she at?
I know. And here she is. Holland's like, bro, you did it. I cannot believe you did it.
Man.
And this is like a domino effect. You know what I mean? Like, so you have Nakoma so excited, and then Vera shut her down, and then Vera seeing Nick, and Nick shut her down.
I feel so bad for Nekoma because Nekoma I don't know what it is. She has genuine interest.
Yes.
In genuine like she enjoys Vera.
Yeah.
Like we don't know why yet. There's something deeper there. Like whether it's just she relates to her or whatever it is, there's something deeper there.
Yeah.
And so she actually cares.
Yeah.
She's been trying to help out Vera, specifically Vera, almost from the get-go. Like the moment that they got put into like their little locked up room.
Yeah.
She's been trying to help out Vera. From that moment on, she's been trying to help out Vera. She hasn't shown any special attention to Alex, Nick, Vincent, Dot. None of them.
No, because Nekoma didn't have that moment with Nick, and she knew what door is Vera gonna come out. So we know for sure that she waited there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like, she was ready for it.
And she was like, "Oh, bro, wait up! Look, I'm gonna tell you something." And then Vera's like, "Yeah, no, this is all your fault." I can't blame her though. Yeah, I mean, I can blame her being mad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I even put in here. I'm like, it sucks. I see where it comes from, but like, it's still like that sucks. Like, I feel genuinely bad for Nakoma.
Yeah. It's like one of those. I stole your stuff and then I lost it. But now I found it and I'm giving back to you. I can't be happy. I mean, you can't be happy that I found your stuff that I stole.
You stole it.
Like you stole it. You know what I mean? Thank you for finding the stuff that you stole from me.
Now give it back and go away.
Exactly. And then go away. Now, something mysterious. I listened to this episode 3 times. The first time I listened to it, I went to this prayer place like 45 minutes away, and then I forgot one stuff when I got home, so I had to go back and grab it. So Waka came with me, and we listened to it on the way there.
Yeah.
And while we're listening to it, Seal said something, because he said, "What are you still doing here? Aren't you Mrs. Something?"
Money bags or money
bags.
Bro, what does that mean?
She got paid so much for taking them,
and
she got paid more for them winning.
Yeah.
We know that she was paid for their contribution and their progression.
Yeah.
And so that means she gets a cut of probably whatever the winnings they get. And because 3 people got out, she probably made bank.
Yeah.
And let's be real, she probably also bet on Vera.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So she probably could have made out like a bandit, disappeared to never return.
Yeah.
Bought her way through comfort in that world.
Yeah, Waka and I were thinking about what if she got married. The guy's last name is Moneybags.
It's nearby Nevada. It's not Vegas, it's Prim, but it's outside. Close enough.
And she was sad, like, what are you still doing? Aren't you Mrs. Moneybag? And then it's like, I don't know.
Dude,
I don't really know.
And Seal was really like hammering on her. I think he's trying to do that to make it seem like she needs a place to kind of play into the boar's hand.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was Seal, at least. But
speaking of Seal, I was looking at the Facebook group about Seal and from previous episodes. Someone said, and there's 2 instances that we heard Seal before the arena, before Prim. The first one is, it's not for sure. I'm not sure if that's the case, but the second one is for sure. We heard Seal during CJ's speech, right? The graduation speech.
Seal?
No, not during the graduation. Because remember that scene is like cutting in and out to the train abduction.
Yeah.
You heard Seal in there abducting
in
the train.
Attacking the train.
Attacking the train,
Okay.
yeah. And then this one, I'm not sure, but I'm like, if it is, it's kind of awesome. The guy who's selling tickets to Nick in Westport, was Seal.
No, he sounded more.
I was. It would be hard for that because the time would have been too close together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
like that. That's a really good like catch if it is, but I think that it would have been too close in time from the train attack.
Yeah,
and we pretty much know for a fact that the animal pack are the ones that attacked. The train.
Yeah. So it can't be. It's kind of weird. Like it won't be. I mean, I could see like it will be people from Prim selling those tickets. Not necessarily like the animals, but people from Prim. And the ticket is going to the arena to Prim. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, it's like an underground kind of selling stuff. All right. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to. Go ahead.
Did when Nakoma? She was talking to Seal, Vera. And Seal said, "I'm surprised they let you keep the sword." I was thinking, did she say that it was mine to begin with? Did she say that because Nakoma gave it to her before?
Because she went in with it. I think it's because she went in with it. I don't think she knows yet that it's her mom's sword.
Yeah, no. None of them.
I was gonna say there's nobody there that would know that.
Zero.
Even Nick. I thought Nick knew, but then it just didn't happen.
Well, from everything we've heard, there are no special markings, special etchings, or anything like that.
Yeah.
The only person in the entire city that would know
will be Alvin.
Is Alvin.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have any.
But Alvin hasn't said anything about it.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
All that we know is that Alvin gave the sword. Well, correction. The sword was taken from Alvin. By Nekoma.
By Nekoma. Yeah.
That's all we know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's been said. To our knowledge, Nekoma has no idea where the sword came from. She just assumes, this dude has a sword.
Yeah.
Okay,
but a crappy sword at that point.
But I think it's because of Nekoma giving it to her.
That's what I thought.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
It's because she went in with it, so she came out with it.
Yeah, this isn't mine. Yeah.
My other question, because I listened to this like 4 times already, and something else that Seal said that I'm wondering. He said the next event. So is there going to be a ceremony, or is there going to be what you guys thought another game going to happen? Because I thought it was going to be the end of it.
I think, in my opinion, it will be like a ceremony of like awarding them. Like, this is the people that won. Because they're gathering them in one area and then bringing them
with
to
the debrief and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's more like a press conference.
I think it's similar to a part 2. Because from what we know so far is it seems like Nekoma was quote unquote forced into a second part of the game after getting out.
Yeah.
To get her freedom.
Yeah.
Which now she has. And so it could very well be something like that. It could just be, hey, these are our winners. Congratulations, you guys, on surviving. Bye. But I think it's like, now that they've won, welcome the 3 newest members for this, whatever this thing is about to be.
Yeah.
Our victors go into this, and as we know from our previous people, if they win, they'll get riches beyond their wildest dreams and be free to go along their merry way, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that could have been how it would be, but now that Team B is there, something might affect that.
I think something's going to definitely change it, but I think that's what Seal is talking about.
Yeah, I feel like that's when Nick is going to find out that the OGs is in town.
Yeah.
The OG's in town because he's going to see him. If that's the case.
I think somehow he's going to run into Bert first. Even though least likely one to run into, somehow it's going to be Bert.
Yeah.
It would make more... That's kind of my left field thought. I think it's more reasonable that he'll run into the girls first.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because they're free. They're just running around.
Yeah. And their aim is really to save them and to figure out where they are. Yeah.
Exactly. And since now they know they're free.
Yeah. And when he said girls,
Mira knows where to go.
Mira and Riley.
Yeah. Mira knows where to go. Most likely on where they're gonna pop out and stuff, so she could be waiting right next to the debrief area to kind of be off to the side. Yeah. So it's yes, familiar face. Hello.
Yeah.
Shush.
Nick.
Riley loses her cool.
Yeah, like what you did to Grant. Yeah. But yeah, I think that will be the case. Or it could be if you've seen the new season of Alice in Borderlands, asking them if you want to stay or you want to leave. If you want to stay, you can be part of my group, or if you want to leave and be free, you have this other option of capturing other people, like what they did to Nekoma.
Right.
You know what I mean? That could be the next event, but we don't know. We know for sure there's going to be a next event.
Fair enough.
We'll either know next week if they go right into this one, which I think they will, or we'll know in 2 weeks after. Yeah.
I mean, based on the title, I think we're going to go through with this again because it's Life for a Life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't think. I mean, I guess unless we go to Pegs. Because it's still similar to that Life for a Life thing. You know what I mean?
With Michael, yeah.
Going back to Team C,
you know what I mean?
I think that that's definitely possible.
That's the end of Life for a Life.
With how the story's going right now, I don't think we're going to get back to Group C until the next
chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just with how we're at, I think a life for a life might go into more implicating Lisa, and the second part, I think it's going to go into whatever this next game is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could even lead to one of the OGs getting into some kind of predicament.
Right.
And the new mains are going to have to either do something or they're going to get into trouble and the OGs will...
Right.
It's like someone might die or get hurt trying to help the other group.
Do you think that the boar will pull a stunt like they did in Alice in Borderland? If any of you haven't seen Alice in Borderland, the first season was fun, but I bring this up because there's a...
this is a We're Alive podcast.
I know, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Leave it to me. The reason I brought that up because you know how in-game players have to challenge other players. Do you think that the board will put them, Team B, to challenge Team A somehow?
I could see that.
Ooh.
But nothing is at stake though. You know what I mean? Like if you're putting a gladiator kind of match in there, it's like then we're not gonna fight.
Well, unless they put infected in.
Not necessarily a challenge between like in a situation where it's a matter of survival and the only way to win or get out is to face each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, it's over. Like it's over for them. Like
it could be. We don't know.
Once you get out,
we don't know if there's a part 2 though. Like they could make that the part 2, where it ends up being A versus B.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's way too far left.
I don't think it'll happen, but I could see it happen.
Yeah, that's way too far left. I feel like that's definitely like a drag of the Prim arc. Like a drag of the Prim arc. I feel like
going dark.
No, because I feel like the group A will be out, and then there will be a different story for group B. That is more understandable than combining both of them in one competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that will be the case.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Unless like something the only way I could see them like easily doing something like that's not necessarily dragging is if something crazy happens with group A now, like they try to like run away or they try to create trouble and they get captured and just kind of thrown in. And group B is already in, kind of thing. That's the only way I could see it not being like, all right, we're forcing this. It's like, no, like you earned your freedom, you effed up. Now you have to go through it all over again.
Right. I feel like if that's the case, what would happen? I don't know. It's
all I know is I want to see what happens
of a thing.
I want to see what happens with the suspected possible Fredo. And Nick walking into each other again.
Yeah,
that's the main reason why. Like in the back of my mind, I am still thinking Nick is gonna have to go into an arena again, or he's gonna have to do something with the infected in this area again. Because I think him and what we don't know if it is at all, but the suspected Fredo, like
Buffalo Bill, you mean?
No, like the one that's locked up.
Okay.
With Will up by Will.
Yeah.
Or the one that Will showed them.
Yeah.
Because those two had a very clear fascination with each other.
Wait, no, that was Buffalo
Bill. Was it Buffalo Bill?
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
The
possible Fredo is the one that's making noises, like it's like the ground is shaking. While they're walking. Yeah.
So him and Buffalo Bill then.
Yep.
Making that connection.
Yeah.
Will said that that one infected does not get along with anybody.
Yeah, because I feel like there's something in there. Like there's for sure something. Like there's a reason why Casey put, as a storyteller, there's a reason why he put the whole weird interaction between Nick and Buffalo Bill that had happened for like what, a few seconds, few minutes actually, like a weird conversation that's like nothing happened again, like we don't touch it on again.
Honestly, that's why I was so scared with what happened with Lisa attacking him from behind, because with her attacking him the way he did, I was like, there's no way he's dead. So I was more scared in that moment because I was like, nothing major has happened with him yet.
Yeah,
there was too much buildup on Buffalo Bill. He's not dead. And then like as I'm thinking this, she gets SWAT. Like,
yeah.
It was like, no, it wasn't done.
I wonder if Buffalo Bill is in love with Nick and he got jealous of Lisa. Like, you're out of the picture. I don't want you. Nick is mine.
Do you think because of that scene, but Nick didn't fess up, Do you think that Nick understand more of the well-developed infected, but didn't want to say anything?
No, 100%.
I don't think so yet.
No,
I think it might get to a point like that.
Part of me felt like he may have understood something going on when he was fighting with the ice crawlers. Was it ice crawlers? Mm-hmm. He must have understood or said something, but this is me just going far-fetched that he knew who was coming out of the pockets, or he was just a well shooter.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I don't think I don't think so.
I think that's something that could develop. I don't think it's something that's like a thing yet.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It's something that could develop because there could be more green eye infected that show up now. And if so, like that could become its own whole thing. But the green eyes could also signify like Ink's most successful trials.
Nick doesn't have green eyes, does he?
Not that we know.
I don't believe so. Yeah, it's not something that I don't think it's been addressed.
Right.
Well, speaking of Nick,
yeah, I was gonna say in that case, like it could also be that somehow Nick ended up being part of an unintentional part of an infected's evolution with his immunity because of the incident with Tommy. Because of Tommy's blood getting into Saul's system. And so it's something that could... It's like that's the thing that could help with the evolution into Nick for that higher thing. That's a very like sci-fi...
Right.
Do you think that's what happened to all the slow changers? That they were slowly changing, but because their
bodies were kind of trying to adapt.
Yeah, but their body couldn't last or couldn't
adapt fast enough. That's possible.
I mean, it could be like their immune system can fight the virus a lot better than people, because it's about your immune system fighting the virus. Which one is faster and which one is fighting harder? You know what I mean? Depending on your genes.
Yeah,
and that's how I see it.
Yeah, we don't know like what kind of. We know they're known as infected, but I don't think they've ever really mentioned as it being an infection. So we don't know if it's like a virus, if it's bacteria, what kind of mutation it is.
Right. But we know it's like through saliva and blood.
Yes, we know it's through direct DNA transfer.
Yep. Can we move on now, Waka?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Now we're moving on to the next scene.
Let's talk about the most vexatious scene of this episode. With the most vexatious character of this whole series. Holy smokes, bro. I mean, you guys can play devil's advocate with Nick and understand him. It's like, come on, his girl died. No. I mean, I can see Kyle doing that. Like I can see Ace doing that for sure. I can see him saying, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate, and come on, his girl just got killed, and let's understand why he's mad. I totally get that. I can see that picture. But man, Vera came up. She's so excited to see Nick's like, oh, Nick, you're here. And then Nick right away, no, don't touch me. Stay away from me. I don't want you to talk to me.
Yeah.
No, I'm mad at you. Like, kid, you've watched the whole thing.
I'm not defending.
Just read that top little bit real quick.
She gets brought back to the debrief area and runs into Nick. I knew he'd have the reaction if he saw what happened. It's definitely not fair of him. I can understand it, but it's rough. It's definitely a low point for Nick on all sides. It's totally...
I can't even play devil's advocate here. Like,
totally... Yeah. Man, it was so dumb. And we know... We've been annoyed with Nick and how he's complains too much. He's so privileged in everything that he's doing, and now it's like a complete low point. You're right.
He's so much like his dad.
Yeah, I was like, this literally. And what did we say last week? We said with him seeing that, it's literally going to go one of two ways.
Yeah,
he's either going to completely break down and do exactly what Saul did.
Yeah,
or he's going to break down, like not have a confrontation and just
complete shutdown. Yeah,
and he had the confrontation. 100% played the blame game. Vera said, "What if it was me?"
Yeah,
and his defense to that, honestly, was the most upsetting thing out of all of it. He says, "I guess we'll never know."
Yeah,
like that was the most upsetting line from him. Because it was so unfair.
He played. My dude played the Kanye West. He played the complete Kanye West.
I want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. And that's why that's why I had that.
You were ready for it, man.
Funny.
I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
You're stupid, bro. Come on, man.
Because let's be real, dude. Like, that was a lose-lose situation. No matter which one of them he would have lost.
Yes.
He would have either blamed Lisa for losing Vera, his best friend his whole life, the girl that he's actually in love with, or the girl that he's currently really into he lost and really never got to resolve the feelings. Because he's in for the first time, this is the apocalypse moment. So he's in the apocalypse love phase.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I think, if it was Lisa that survived, I think he would have had... Maybe you're right. They're best friends, but I think he would not have reacted as much as it were for Lisa.
Well, just listen to how it was when...
Alex, when he found out that Alex was dead.
Well, no, think about it while he was watching it all. Like, he was like about to flip out because Vera was going to die. He was like, don't do this, don't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and so, like, he was on that verge. Right. He was, like, teetering with despair on that moment, and then the despair just went from one person to the other. Like, and because he's in the apocalypse, is the end of our, like, we're going to die here kind of mentality, he's in that love stage, it just means something different.
I mean, this guy played the whole guy things, like, now that you're gone, I guess I love you now. You know what I mean? It's like, you want to know about love? Yes. For the first time, I loved her. Yeah, of course you love her, because she's gone.
She's gone.
Wow.
But dude, it's like... But I love that Vera put him into place. You know what I mean? Like, put it into different perspective. Like what we talked about. What if I'm the one who's gone? Are you going to react like that? Are you going to be mad just like this? You know what I mean? Like, it's completely true. Like... Are you going to be thinking about... Because Vera's like trying to explain to him, bro, I can't do anything. You know what? There's nothing that I could do. I could have...
Yeah.
Logically, she could have just left her there.
Well, and that's the
but
thing.
she dragged her.
She even said... Yeah, exactly. But she even said that Lisa changed the plan. Like, she was supposed to get out.
Yeah.
Vera did everything to get her out. She changed the plan.
Yep.
So, in this situation... Vera couldn't have done literally anything.
Anything.
It's not Vera's fault.
She did everything right.
Yeah.
All the way to the point of, I am going to die so that way you live and that's it. Like, I am going to die and I'm okay with that. She had that resolve in the end. She's like, well, if I'm going out, at least it's the biggest, baddest one to do it.
Yeah.
And she was like accepting it,
and she kept her promise. You know, like, I'm gonna protect her.
I'm going to get you out. She got her out.
Yeah.
And
she came back.
At the end, she came back. Yeah.
And Nick has the whole gut of telling her that. I thought you said you're gonna protect her. I did, bro. I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Like, Nick was a child. I wasn't a fan of Nick at that moment.
Yeah. I know it's gonna make. I hope it's gonna make for some really good character development, because I mean, it's literally the reverse of Saul's story. Saul ended with that and never got to have the character development for it, but he had all the character development to that point, which was kind of what made it nice, because it was like, like the hero is broken, and now he's like, he's gonna go out with a bang.
Has Saul... I don't remember. Has Saul said sorry to his grandma or to his mom?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, because Tanya said, you know what? I'm done blaming myself for this and this and that.
Yeah. And then he had the like, I'm sorry,
right.
blah, blah, blah.
I'm sorry.
And then when he was down there about to die, he said, tell everyone I love them. Like, and he had like a very like heart to heart with Michael and Vic in that moment.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Man, what do you guys think gonna happen to Nick after this? Be mad with the world for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna be mad at the world,
now.
and he's gonna get called out by somebody in Group B.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's gonna get called out.
It's gonna be either.
I think Bert's gonna smack down.
Yeah, either Bert or I was gonna say Victor, but no.
No, bro.
I think Victor's too soft.
I think it will be Vincent.
I meant Vincent.
I can see Vincent like
maybe.
No, not like Bert will yell at him for sure, but Vincent's like, bro, are you stupid right now? Like,
I think he's gonna try and hit him with reality, but I think like it's gonna be someone from Group B that's gonna be like, you need to get your feet back on the ground. Like,
right.
Yeah.
You're being dumb. You're trying to
that.
keep your head in the clouds, blah, 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 blah. Think you're all high and mighty above this situation. Everything was done right and something bad happened.
Yeah.
It happens.
I can see Riley doing that to him too.
Yeah. Those are the only two I really can, because I think
How about Kelly?
I think Kelly would be too comforting.
Yeah.
And I think Victor would be too bro.
Yeah.
Because Kelly can 100% be real, but I think she has kind of a deaf spot for Nick.
Yeah, and not that their relationship is not there yet, you know. Compared to Bert, and then Riley will tell you straight up.
Bert's gonna be like, "You're being dumb."
Yeah,
he's like, "I don't care, I'm old. What are you gonna do to me?"
He's like, "Are you crazy?"
He's like, "What are you gonna do to me? Come on,
I'm gonna smack you with my 4 fingers, bro."
I got nothing to lose.
Give you a full high 4. Let's go.
Exactly. All right, let's transition to something positive. This is so positive. It's so great, bro. I'm gonna say it. Their romance is peak, bro. It's peak.
I put in my notes, now we pan back to our residential cowboy.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. We go to Alex, and we transition to Dot and Alex.
Yes.
On a horse. So romantic.
Dude, Demon is the real MVP here.
Yeah.
I agree.
Demon's still trudging. Dot's saying she's tired. Alex is tired. Demon's just going.
Yeah, bro. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm kicking. I got 1 horsepower. I'm kicking, bro.
Funny, man.
So we transition to them trying to head to
the
Atlas or the
The
barn,
Atlas,
because they don't know where they're heading, because they told Demon, just go home. And they saw the stable.
He's like, I think I know this area, which means he's probably looked at a map of the area, like the surrounding area.
Yeah.
Because of his fascination with his dad's story, with Robin's and the rest of the soldiers' story. So he's probably done minor research of this area.
Yeah. Because when he
not
saw
all the way to Prim, but there.
Yeah, because when he saw the broken bridge, he's like, I know that place.
Yeah.
You know, it's not there anymore. Dang it. You know, so because we know that he's never been there.
Yeah.
He just know.
And he knows the story and he knows the map. Yeah, exactly. And so I thought that was really cool how he's kind of like mental mapping everything.
Yeah. I see, it's right here. Like, he probably read that story multiple times. You know what I mean? Like, read or listened to that story multiple times.
I bet. Because that was all documented as well.
Yeah.
And so I bet he like was living and breathing that stuff for a while.
Yeah.
Especially like shortly after he found out, he was probably so into all of that.
Right.
Because he didn't find out about that till
later.
He was almost an adult.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
And then when they found the area, they found the door behind the bush and things like that. There's a code. Bro, I was so surprised. I mean, we kind of expect it, but I'm still surprised. Right? I'm still surprised that the electricity works. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
One thing right before they get there, though, when they're talking about where they're going and like about his mom and stuff like that, that was so sad.
Yeah,
like, that actually hurt me so much because like, I mean, I'm a mama's boy. I got a big connection with my mom, and like they talk about he kept the letter in his boot. So that was like, I was like, that's pretty smart actually, because he's trying to make sure it doesn't get taken, just like Nick with Tanya's journal.
Right.
They're trying to protect that piece of paper, and then he was talking about how he believed that the best parts of his mom were all left at the Atlas and stuff like that. I was like, man, like that's so sad. Like, I understand, because that's where she lost her sister. That's kind of where she lost, you know, the love of her life.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And it's like, so she was left alone with a baby that was constantly reminding her she didn't have that somebody to help be like, this is a good thing. So she had to kind of do that to herself. And because she was so focused on doing that to herself, she was always a step back.
Yeah.
And she was never like that like model figure for Alex, to the point to where these stories he found out about when he's like 15, 16, like those stories of his dad are the ones that are like his idol hero. he still really cares about his mom, but like that's like his hero now,
right,
and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, dude, like that's
a connection.
That's so sad,
right. Did you guys notice?
Did
you guys notice how Dot is talking? It's or trying to say Dot, right? The intonation and the way she says Dot is the same way in saying the right sentences.
Yeah,
like when so they sat down, they tried the codes, and then you heard Dot saying this. That. So it's basically she's saying, "What is this place?" in the same intonation of that. It's like, oh yeah, this place.
It's funny. We talk about this literally every episode.
Yeah. Like that's how she talks. Yeah,
and we're like understanding it
Alex
more.
Like, yeah, exactly.
What is this place? And then it's like, oh,
where did you bring us?
Yeah, it's a missile asylum or something like that.
Missile.
What? Dot.
Yeah, it's like no. It's not active anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Bunker.
And then even when she said that, you know that she's like, I'm hungry. You know,
she's hungry, tired. She's like, I know.
Yeah, Alex is starting to like understand more and more of her now.
Right?
And
100%.
Dot proves something super important for everybody. You don't need to know how to read or write to solve a puzzle. That involves reading.
Yeah. Although, can she read?
Well, like, I think she can a little bit because
she saw 2 and she said
exactly
2.
He read it to her.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think Alex will be reading like this. 2 V puck, you know, like he will be reading like this, but if you don't know what the word 2 is, you wouldn't know that that's 2.
Yeah, I think she knows like minor, like she's probably taught herself a little bit over time.
Right.
But I think it's one of those things, like you can understand something, but you don't know how to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people that can speak a second language, but they can't read a second language.
Right.
Yeah,
because I can imagine, like, you know, like for example, reading Japanese wordings, right? Someone can read this to me, but I wouldn't know that which one of the words that you just said is in that character.
Exactly.
You know, but she did. It's like 2. It's like 2, like 2 V puck.
Oh, that's right. She
you know what I mean?
The letter.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, and excuse me, Alex said, don't. It's already bad. Don't make it worse.
Yeah, don't make it worse. So I think she might have an idea on how, you know, things work.
Okay.
And she kind of understood the Roman numeral for 5.
Yeah.
So it's like she knows some of the stuff, but she just never had any like formal teaching.
This is what I said about her here, because I was really boggling on how she knows so much. Because, you know, when she told Alex how young she was in the place where she was raised, that it hit me as like, man, this girl is smart, like street smart. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
But if she was raised to be a proper person, she'll be very, very smart. And I said to her, is it smart because of the experience that she was raised into, or she could have been this kind of person and more if she was raised right? But long story short, I was thinking, how is it she knows so much when she was so little trying to survive? Like, how did she know this? How did she know that? Her character development or her reveal of who she is starting to just boggles me. Like, how does she know this? And I know we believe that she was with other people, maybe from time to time, that came and then gone in her life, came and gone in her life. But it still bothers me. How does she know?
Well, we can only do speculations, and one of the speculation that I have is for someone that cannot talk to anybody properly, all you can do is just sit around, pay attention, and look. You know what I mean? Because all she can't really communicate with anybody.
She really personifies the shut up and listen.
Shut up and listen.
Because it took a while for her to even say, like, it took a moment for her to even say Dot to the group when she had no choice.
Yeah, I mean, when they got into the area, right? They didn't even realize that there's another person in there. Like, there's another person. Yeah, there's another person in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also, it hit me that I would think that her common sense and her what's considered normal will be different from everyone else's status quo. But she easily kind of blended into what everything was said.
And we noticed that, when we get to, they got inside the bunker because she figured out the lights and all that shebang. So when they gave up, because he tried to, Yo, so when he tried the code, I'm pretty sure I heard him put 1, 2, 3, 4 because of the note. You know, like do re mi fa. Like, it's for sure 1, 2, 3, 4. He tried it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. He's like, and super easy.
Yeah, I know.
I can just try all 9,909.
Like he tried. Maybe he tried a random number first. You know, random number because you can hear in the note it's different. And then the second time he tried, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, yeah, it's definitely 1, 2, 3.
I figure even one of them where it's just like he pressed the same number over and over.
Yeah, but it's changing the note, so I think it might have been 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, that makes sense.
So when they sat down, because like they given up, so this is just gonna be a shade. Alex tried to put his arm to comfort Dot, his hand on her shoulder, and that's when I think that's how I pictured it.
I think he like touched her back because he said,
"No, I feel like it's like this." You know what I mean? Like to comfort.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I think it was like the upper back that shifted up.
Yeah. It's like ow or Dot.
Okay, that makes sense. I was trying to picture that. I was like,
because she essentially said that the scars on her back still hurt.
Yeah, it still hurts, and that's when we find out that we know that she was a slave, but she was a slave in Prim, a worker. Mm-hmm. But they found out how they found out that she was from what is that? Lost City. City of
Lost Souls.
Lost Souls, yeah. We don't know how they found out, but eventually they found out that she's from there.
I think they found out because she was with people like 1 or 2 people, or had like other people close by over there, and somebody sold her out.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
So she did know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because there's no way that like otherwise you're like, okay, you're some random person that can't talk.
Right.
You must be from some legendary place.
Right. I think it might be if I'm gonna connect all these dots.
I see what you did there.
If I'm gonna connect all these dots, I think this was a whole plan of Will and Dot. So Will's gonna sold her out and convince Boar, hey, this girl is from City of Lost Souls, the only survivor there.
That's true.
It's gonna be a great competition, great game. Put her in there, and then they plan it out that you're gonna escape.
Because Will is. They mentioned that Will and her were in the same camp.
Yep, they're in the same camp. Like I can see that happening. Like let's plan this out. Let's put you in the competition because that's the only way you can get out of this place, and then you'll escape.
That's possible, yeah.
I can see that happening.
Nice catch, nice.
And then when they sat down, they have this whole conversation and be, not intimate but emotional towards each other. Alex like, hey demon, do you know the code? Bro, I can see in my horrible funny mind. I have this in my notes. I said I thought demon is just gonna get up and it's like, oh fine, move. And then put the codes.
The moment you've been watching too much anime.
Yeah, I know. I can see demons like,
that's funny.
Are you kidding me? I brought you here. I saved you. Now you want me to put the codes? Fine. Move.
So after they figure out the puzzle, they're like, oh, well, maybe that wasn't it. Like, maybe if I enter in it again, it works. It actually just took a second for the elevator to come up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what I thought is, I'm like, that's actually crazy that it still works, because think about how long that thing has not been used.
Yeah. Is this before knowing that Gloria is still alive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that was the very last thing that happened.
Yep.
So,
because now that we know Gloria's alive, Gloria's taking care of that whole thing.
True. Yeah, but like, how often did she even go out?
Yeah.
Like, she made it a point basically to never go out.
Yeah.
And so, like, how often does that front elevator get used?
Yeah. It makes sense.
Right.
The rust and not just the electricity, but it's if that thing stayed there for years, and it would be.
There's a lot of components to that.
Yeah, and this is going deep underground, so those chains of holding that elevator going up and down.
Yeah.
They were lucky
to
make it up.
Lubricated and all that. Another thing that we just catched on. This is just 2017. You know what I mean? Because he said like 2010, and now 17 years later, so it will be like 2017.
Bro.
What the heck is your math?
Sorry. Not 2017, 2027. Does
Yeah, it's supposed to be 2027. I mean, well, it's further in the future. It was 2010 that he said.
2027.
Was the last time
Why did I say 2017? 2027. Because in my head, I was like, 17 years old, so it's 2017.
The same reaction.
That's terrible.
Like,
That terrible math.
Yo, you're Asian. You should know this.
2027.
Dude, that's the only thing running through my head.
Yeah, so it would just be 2027.
I was gonna say because all this started in 2008, correct?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Right.
have I been mistaking something?
Right.
It's like, wait, where did the other 10 years gone? Like,
Yeah. I
What,
know.
no, we moved back 8 years. What happened?
So they got in and we heard this ominous, and I'm like, Casey didn't have to put that in there, but now it's like a big thing, super big thing. We thought it's gonna end there, and it's just dead air. That all we heard is Demon freaking out.
We heard Demon freak out. We heard some like snarling.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good infected sound.
So it's like, okay, did Demon get attacked?
Yeah.
Did Demon get spooked and run?
Yeah.
Was that Cole?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so I listened to this like I said 4 times. What I believe what happened here, the inner black side of Demon kicked in and he ran. And then
it's like when they heard a gunshot, they started running. Like, I don't even care, bro.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm out.
I'm out.
So this is how I pictured it, because Demon heard
at work when there was a shooting across the street
from a distance the noise from the infected. So once he heard it, he dipped.
Yeah.
And then you hear steps.
You heard the stable's door like banging.
Yeah. No, because
one demon ran out. Like you heard the door flung.
Yeah, so Demon ran out. I think there was another entry or exit to get into the building. So I think he ran out. Don't know where. He ran, and then you hear footsteps running to the door, and then bang. So you hear the snarling. So when I first listened to it, I thought it was Cole, but it hit me because in the far distance in the back, if you hear clearly, you hear a call, and that made me think, oh, this is a scout or another worker sending here while
like a scorpion.
Cole,
Scorpion.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by, is it Cole? Like, did Cole follow them all the way and send the pack that he's leading?
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that only makes sense to me for that. That Cole called him, like, and you hear a yell. That sounds like his dad.
I was reading the Discord for the We're Alive, and someone said, yeah. So he like tried to explain how everything works. So Demon went in the stable, and then when they heard the sound, ran out, went to the barn or something like that, and then here comes the infected, come in, and then you heard him like sniffing, like.
Yep, that's what I heard.
And then he said, like the F word. So I said, wait, who said the F word? And then Casey Whalen said, I don't think he said that, but that would be interesting if he said the F word, though. It's pretty close.
Yeah, I read that. That was funny.
That's interesting. Oh my gosh. All right. Before we go to inside the bunker, let's have our segment right now.
Yes.
We should have a segment earlier when we talked about
Lisa, Vera, and all that.
No, when Vera confronted Nick, but we will do this segment right now. Our segment tonight is we're gonna draft pick the worst or most in our opinion, not worst per se,
Most emotional?
most emotional death in We're Alive universe, including Descendants and all of them. We're Alive Story Survival, Lockdown, Gold Rush, and Descendants. So we're gonna pick. All of us are gonna pick. We do 3, 2, 1, right?
Yep, we're gonna do 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
We're not allowed to pick
the same
as the other for any of the numbers. So if somebody says,
okay.
So if somebody says Scratch was the most emotional.
Yep. Nobody else
for their
can
number
pick that.
3.
Yep.
Somebody can't use that as their number 1.
Yep.
Got it.
Or any other numbers.
Correct.
And you can repeat it. All right. You guys ready? Who's gonna start?
All right. You're starting us off with number 3.
Okay.
All right, man. I'm gonna give you guys a chance. I'm not gonna pick the biggest one. I'm not gonna pick all the biggest one in my first pick. So my number 3 death is I want to go with Glenn.
Ooh,
yeah. Glenn's death is like totally unexpected because we think that he's an important character in this in We're Alive, and his death is like because you can every time an old person die in a zombie or apocalypse, it's kind of like you have old people, kids, and then babies dying in that apocalypse. Like, bro, this is like,
it's always something different.
Like, he's not gonna put up a fight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's elderly, kids, and like domesticated pets.
Yes.
Like those are like the three that are like, oh no. You see like 50, like 30-year-olds, 20-year-olds get just mowed down. You're like, oh man, that's a bummer. You see a dog go down, you see a baby go down, you see an elderly person go down. You're like,
I know. So that's my number 3 pick.
Okay, so my number 3, oh gosh, I just had it in my head.
Sorry.
Holy cow, I just had it and now I forgot. You said Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Go ahead and do yours, and then I'll. I had it too.
Sorry.
Okay, so my number 3 pick, and I guarantee y'all would never have thought that I will pick this guy. Now, just let me set the picture. This is me. The first time I'm listening to it, and when I heard it, I was like, oh. It means it's, before I knew about lockdown or Gold Rush, I was like, oh. It means it's coming to an end. So my 3 number.
You're talking about Ink?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ink was my 3rd pick.
Interesting. That was a good pick.
I can see that though. That was a very like emotional, impactful moment.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
I was like, man, he was such a great villain, and now the great villain is gone. I was like, oh man,
this is what a twisted mind.
It's all over.
So my number 3 is Tommy.
Tommy, okay.
Tommy.
Ooh, that's a big one. You come out with a bang, bro.
Tommy's big.
That's a big...
Yeah, like I think it was really super impactful. I think that there were more that were more impactful, but he still deserves to be a top 3.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because I think part of it is because of everything that surrounded it. With it being that, I believe, if I remember correctly, that was the first like major death in the series.
Yeah.
Because that was part of the war, or like that was the war, right?
Yeah,
during the war.
Yeah. Well, you're starting with 2.
Yep. So I'm starting with 2 now.
Yeah.
Second
pick.
I don't want to take any of the big hitters, and we kind of talked about this one on the last segment, but I think I might actually have to go with Kalani.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And it's because this had a lot of different emotions with it.
Yeah.
It had emotions going from...
You got the letter too? What the fudge, bro?
Yeah, so it had the letter, it had Hannah with it.
Dude.
It actually caused a lot of chain events.
Yeah.
A lot of chain reaction from his death that were both like... Everything was hidden behind the sadness of his death.
Yeah.
But really, it was terrible.
Yep.
Like, that hurt the main cast so much more than if they kept trying to fight to live.
Right.
Multiple extra people died. Main people died.
Right.
And, like, so it had so much emotion on the spectrum of anger, sadness, loss, grief, all of it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
All right, and then so we'll go that way.
Oh, no.
Well, because I skipped me on the last one, so we'll do you, and then we'll come this way for the last.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, I was expecting like that way. How about Waka? Waka, you go.
Okay, so...
I go pick last 2.
All right, my number 2, that struck me a lot. I was debating should it be number 1, but I don't think so.
It might be someone's number 1, to be honest.
Oh, that's true. Was Samantha.
Oh,
okay.
All right. Well, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Dude, you like...
I can definitely see that in like... That's definitely a top 3 death.
No. But I wasn't expecting that would be your top 2. It's not that. I wasn't expecting that's your answer because you like left us hanging. Like,
yeah.
And then you said Samantha. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I almost expected that to be your number 1 because of last week.
Samantha. No, you
like I said, I was debating whether it should be number 1, but
Yep.
it was Samantha, man.
You got close to Samantha, huh? Without even like having that few moments with it.
I was jealous of Dot, to be
that's
honest, man.
Is that right? Okay.
I was like,
That's where the emotion is. It's not the sadness in her loss. It's the jealousy in Dot too for his loss.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was Dot, I'd be so happy because I'm imagining Dot. If I was Dot, it was like, bro,
Yeah.
I want her. She's mine.
Yeah.
I'm happy. And then at the same time, he hears his girl all at once, just dying in the distance.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like,
You guys want to hear my top 2?
okay.
And this might be cheating, so it's up to you guys if you don't want me to do this. But
You have to.
I'm gonna do the soldiers.
I was fighting with that one. I was trying so hard. Yeah, I almost said like the soldiers as a whole.
Yeah. It's a collective of them.
Because they all died at once.
Yeah, because and that's why I was fighting with that same thing. I was resisting them, and they were kind of my reserve number 1 even.
Oh, really?
Specifically because the interaction with Muldoon and Robbins.
Yes.
That is what made it so emotional.
Yeah, I have them because even before Gold Rush, we had that bonding moment with the soldiers.
They were like that
bros.
brotherhood.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is like the kind of bros that I want if I be in the military. You know what I mean? And then Gold Rush, so now it's a lot deeper.
It's even deeper
now.
when you go back.
Like, oh my gosh! So their death is definitely crazy.
But I think the other reason why all of that was so like beautiful and like traumatic and everything was because of how Puck betrayed it. On how because before we knew what happened with them, it started with Puck.
Calling
they're
them.
all gone.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
Yeah.
And it was like you broke in that moment. You're like, there's no way. And then once you go through it and how it all happened so fast, but they betray it with like it happened in a moment, but it seems so slow.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
Their death, I mean, it wasn't as impactful when he mentioned that he came back alive. Like everyone else died until you heard their process to trying to escape, and that's what hit me.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, because like what Ace said, when it started with Puck, like Puck it started with Puck calling them, right? We've been attacked, and then all the guys are dead. It's like came out of nowhere. It's like, what is happening right now? Like they were just alive.
Was so left
like,
field.
What?
It was so left field.
And then now he's gonna and then he told them what had happened. Now you're gonna revisit that moment with them. And so because one of them is tried to save the other one and got hit the car.
That was Muldoon and Robbins.
Yeah.
Literally he like bent the freaking I think it was rebar wire.
Yeah.
Like he bent it so that way he could pull him out, and as he was doing it, that's
attacked.
when he got hit.
Yep.
And it's like,
he
got knocked down and never came back up.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, dude.
That was
like,
my number 2.
That was painful.
Waka, it's your number 1, man.
Number 1. What's your number 1?
Okay, so I was struggling between, being number 1.
Struggle being number 1.
No, struggle. Okay, these 2 deaths. Because I think they had a very similar peak of death to both Saul and Puck.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
So who's your number 1? Just say it.
I'm gonna say Lizzie.
Really?
Wow.
I was expecting Datu.
Oh, dude.
No,
Lizzie, really?
Was when I was gonna put him at my number 1. I 100% agree.
Wow.
Lizzie was my number 1, but my the 2 I was fighting with.
You just pick one.
I did pick one, but
he picked Lizzie.
Okay, all right.
Maybe I'll explain after. Okay.
Yeah. Lizzie. All right. My number 1, and you know why he's my number 1. My boy Datu is my number 1. Like, come on. It's like Filipino to Filipino, and it's not just that. It's not just the bias that he's Filipino, bro. Even CJ said, if Datu died right now without finishing that whole thing, might as well he digs a grave for all of us.
Yes.
Like his importance and his development, it was crazy. And now you have the hospital named after him. You have the gun, Matagun, is named after him. It's like the impact that he had in We're Alive is just crazy. My previous, and I know I called you out on this one, but my previous number 1 was Michael. I'm just kidding.
It's not dead yet, you piece of crap.
I'm sorry. Ace.
I'm actually dumbfounded. I did not think either of you would pick Lizzie. That was what was going to be my number 1.
Yeah.
Because like of how it affected the story.
Yeah. You didn't wait, Lizzie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because how it affected like the whole end game, and really like her death is kind of what led to the story survival ending.
Yeah.
But because we can't pick the same, what I'm actually gonna go with is Angel.
Angel. Oh yeah.
Because again, that was a four. I mean, even more than that, but it was 4 seasons that were all 4 seasons were affected by this one death. Just like with Datu, just like with Lizzie, just like with Saul.
I think Angel's death was the coolest death. Only because
Dude was savage to the end.
Exactly. The bro was loyal to his friends to the end.
Scratch is like paying attention.
Like, tell me where they're at. Okay. You.
Bro.
No. F you.
Angel's death was awesome.
Dude. And also the reason why Angel's very impactful because and I think number one reason why is because it's so impactful. This is the first time a core member of the main characters died.
Yeah.
One of the three.
Well, I mean, you could almost say one of the 5, but especially one of the 3.
3, yeah. Because it's like we did not he is a main character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now he's dead.
Chapter 1,
Yeah.
part 1 is advertised as 3 soldiers.
Yep.
That was what what like the show or the entire story was based around, is the 3 soldiers.
Yeah.
And then suddenly
dead.
There's only 2, and 2 of them possibly died in the same moment.
Right.
Which made it kind of crazy. It was very quick to reveal only that one of them didn't die.
Yeah.
But then you realize, like, oh my gosh, he's alive. Like, this is crazy. Like, it's still the 3. Like, he can come back.
Right.
And then right after,
Dead.
so we had to relive his death twice.
Yep.
No. Sorry, we had to relive his death 3 times.
Man.
Falling from the tower. Then we're like, oh wait, he got down from the tower. He slid down the tower like a freaking G. He was terrified.
like an angel.
He was terrified of that stuff though.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, like in season 1 and season 2, he was so scared to do most of the rope stuff.
Yeah.
And like Saul would like talk him through it and help, and he did it without his gloves.
Yeah.
So he destroyed his hands.
Right.
Got to the bottom. The building fell on him.
Yeah.
He got burnt to a crisp, dragged out, and he's still alive and kicking.
He has the right to be a part of the family, man.
Yeah. And I really think that if it was anyone outside of the family, they wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because of how strict their, like, it seems all their, like, training is as kids.
Yeah. And after all of that, Casey Wayland tried to bring him back in Descendants. When Michael said, Angel.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Even more than just 4 seasons. It's that death is still carrying something.
Yeah.
Right.
Man,
like that.
I'm actually not surprised Saul is not included in our list. I'm not surprised.
No.
Like, I am not surprised.
I think Angel's
It was
death was much more
expected.
cooler than.
Yeah. I'm surprised that you have Ink. That's surprising for me.
Yeah, that might be the most surprising pick. Like, I like
You guys
it makes
don't have
sense. It makes sense. I understand why you did it, but like,
it's more surprising than Samantha.
I knew Samantha and Datu were going to be.
Yeah, Datu.
Because if you think about it, we're almost making a top 10 list.
Yeah.
And technically, if we wanted to do that, then we could say Saul is like the honorary 10th.
Right.
Because he's kind of too obvious to pick.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we avoided him for the most part.
My other number 3 is Bill.
Yeah, see, that was my other number 3 as well, along with Tommy.
Because he's trying to like revive himself. Like, I stole their stuff. I'm gonna change my life.
He had like his moment of redemption. And then immediately following, he was down. I was like, no.
My struggle with my number 1 was Anita.
Oh.
Dude, that was my struggle for my number 2.
Yeah, that's why I said either Lizzie or Anita, because I can picture Puck when he went back after her, and the moment he tried to save her, the bridge collapsed on him.
Yeah, and again, that affected everything from technically season 3 on.
Yeah.
Because it's still affecting stuff, because if that didn't happen, then just think about it. Alex could have an aunt still.
Yeah.
Or would have had one.
Right.
And depending on what happened with Ruth, Rhonda. Mixing them up. With Rhonda, different R name. With Rhonda, depending on like what like caused her to die and stuff like that, like they could both still be alive.
Right.
Because just that extra person in your life can actually make so much of a difference to your overall health. And so it's like that literally that one death could have changed so much. Puck also might not be on a beach somewhere with
someone else.
Someone else.
I forgot what her name was.
Yeah. Where is Hope in you guys' list? Is it too early still?
No, a death that was more dramatic. Hers wasn't. To be honest, Lisa's death was more dramatic to me than hers.
No, because I feel like Hope is trying to stay away from that whole conversation, so it didn't become too emotional compared to other people's death.
I think it happened. It just wasn't as emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was like the first major death of this. Series.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think it's because he's been calling it out as someone was going to die.
I think it's because we were reading into it so much that it almost made it less emotional for us.
Mm-hmm. Like I would
take
like Briggs' death over Hope.
I would have taken Pilot's death over Hope.
You know what I mean? Like Briggs trying to protect Lizzie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That one's crazy.
He's probably in my top 5.
No, because I was when I listened to Briggs and he's like turning around and being with Lizzie, I actually pictured him being part of the tower, like the OG group, like he's gonna be with them.
I 100% thought he was gonna end up with them.
But nope.
But his character was so short.
It was a very well defined like short character though, because he was given enough legroom to become someone you cared about, but not enough legroom to be like, hey, like stick around.
Agreed.
Well, that's our segment. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I actually enjoyed that. That was a
lot of fun.
It was.
Casey, what is your top 3 draft?
Right.
Emotional, like the people that you wrote down, including the ones that we had.
I'd say, can we? I want 2 top 3s from him. I want top 3, his overall top 3, and a top 3 going with our rules.
Oh.
So if you had to pick a top 1, 2, and 3 that we didn't pick, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or something like you struggled. I don't want to kill off this character, but I have to.
Even that would be cool.
That would have been awesome.
Like I don't want to kill him off.
Actually, he's the author, the writer.
Here, how about this? This is what I would love to see. So his top 3 emotional deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 then going along with our rules, and then I want to know the number 1 hardest for you to write off.
Like you struggled, right? Like deciding to kill off this character.
I want to hear that the most.
Yeah.
I see that.
Man,
if I just got that, I would be happy. But
right. I know. I know. It's way too much. It's way too much. All right, let's finish this up.
We want homework.
All right.
Yes.
All the homework.
Like I almost even said
we have homework. We want homework.
I almost even said like which character in Story Survival you almost killed off.
Yo, if we can just get a detailed list on like how close from 1 to 10, like which character, every single character that's been written in, how close were you to writing them?
I almost killed off Kelly, but man, I changed my mind.
But she was a lawyer, and lawyers don't die. So
all right, so they open it. They open it, and freaking Alex. And I completely understand where he's coming from. But he said, "I don't think I'm ready for this, bro." Right? What? You've been trying to get so in there, and you're like, "I don't think I'm ready for this." Are you kidding me? Right? Like if I'm with Alex and he said that, I'm gonna smack you, bro.
Like, you're not a kid no more. Let's be a man. Let's get through this.
I'm a big kid now.
Freaking Alex. Oh man, but.
It got so emotional once they got in.
I know. But knowing what had happened, that one of the infected got in there as soon as the door opened, their plan of staying there before, when it gets dark would have been a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that it's still during the day, right?
Yeah. Yes. Would have been a terrible idea. But yeah, so they got in there and it's like, I don't think I'm ready to go in. So Cole and the infected follow them, right? We can assume that they're sent. Like Cole's sent.
Yeah. I believe that he's been following them, and they're outside of the Alice right now.
Like his smell has got to be strong because he followed someone from the crash site to halfway or almost to Prim.
I think he's been following Alex the entire time.
Wakane actually talked about this. I think he followed the knife, Bert's knife.
Really?
Yeah, we think
he came up with that idea.
Yeah, because Alex and the gang were in the helicopter with Nekoma, right? So I don't think he would have followed that scent from the helicopter. But the OG went in the crash site, and that's how Bert got the knife.
I think that's possible.
You know what I mean?
It would make sense, but
yeah, because even Casey said.
But then why would he change direction to follow?
No, because I think he on his way to Prim he saw Alex.
Yeah, and then just changed.
Yeah, just changed.
I think that what he could have been following as well. He could have been following the sword.
Oh,
the sword?
Because the sword is something that he's been next to his whole life.
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I didn't think of that. I actually like the.
It's like with like bees and stuff like that. They know like you can release them at almost anywhere and they can get back to their home.
Yeah.
Like they have that like centralized compass in their head to take them home. So he could have something like that with that sword.
Well, the only reason why I wanted to be
because of Dad.
The only reason why I wanted to be the knife because we know now who has the knife.
I like this knife.
I like where that's going.
I know that's why I wanted to be the knife. Anyway,
I only want it to still be that knife if he keeps following him.
But okay,
if he stops for Alex right now, then that's irrelevant.
It only makes sense. I thought because I was leaning with him on the knife because. They emphasized it during the conversation between the boar and Bert that Bert been trying to clean it, and when the boar took it, and it's like it smells. No matter how many times I cleaned it, it smells still there.
That's good. That's really good, bro. That might be it. So now they got in there, bro. Demon senses is so quick.
Well, dude, with all the scars and stuff he's got,
and
he's battle tested,
and he's always probably been outside. You know what I mean? Like he never went in the bunker. So man, his senses is like strong.
It's strong.
Like, I know something's up.
But like I said, there was his inner black side. Not to sound racist or anything.
He's a demon though. All right.
Nice.
So they got inside. They
that was where the real sadness of the episode kind of comes in now.
Bro, can you just say can we all agree this? Because this was me. Rhonda's video is way emotional than Lisa's death.
Yes.
Or Nick's reaction to Lisa's death.
Oh yeah.
Bro. Oh my
I thought Alex's reaction was more powerful than Lisa's death.
Yes.
But I think this message, it tugged on way too many heartstrings.
Oh, so many.
And again, like I said, I'm a mama's boy, so like this hit me hard.
And we didn't really we only heard that Anita, Rhonda was broken, but we don't really know what really happened to her.
Yeah, exactly.
But we connected. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I agree. It being emotional, but I was like mixed emotions to this because I was either mad and sad because I get it as a parent, but mad at the same time as like the child. Of his mom's view, and because I did play both role as the son and the parent, or at least the acting parent.
Yeah. What made you mad about it specifically?
Because I find it so unfair for Alex, because he has no aside from looking or him reminding her of their past or her past of whom she lost. It is so unfair for him that she neglected being a major mother to his life. I mean, granted, he said.
Yeah. So you're saying like no one was a Tanya moment to Saul, because remember Saul wanted nothing to do with Nick until Tanya's like, bro, come on, bro, raised him.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things, like she was kind of the best mother she could be, but because she was missing so much of herself, like if you're missing, your elbow down, you can only extend your elbow. You can't extend your arm. So it's yeah.
But I can't like
I see that point.
I can't be extremely mad because there's still some sense of parenting and some mother sonhood in between them because he loves her.
And she loves Alex him. Definitely shows that he was never mad with her for like being broken and wounded.
Right.
Like, you can definitely tell he was never upset about that.
Yeah.
But so like I can see where that would come from.
I agree.
Yeah.
From that
so
anger to it.
Angry,
Alex is like, I didn't do anything, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I was born. You had me.
I know. I didn't kill my dad nor your sister. Why are you mad at me?
Yeah, because
why are you mad?
that triggered all my memory of other movie tropes or scenes where mothers neglected their kids because you remind me too much of my husband or my son or my past kid.
Yeah, and I don't. They don't really show too much of like. That she was neglecting him.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so that's the one that was nice thing, and I think that's why I saw it more of a sad moment than an anger moment, just because specifically that one thing was missing.
Exactly.
For very happy reasons.
But
because that would have ruined the entire video.
True.
Yeah. All right, so we got there.
To it. Oh.
We got there, and they as soon as they turn on the light, there's a noise blinking. Doot, doot. Like we know there's like play me.
Notice me during your.
They got into the garage and they talking about like the cars and things like that, right? And then Dot, being so curious and smart, press play, and then Alex like, don't touch that.
And then Mom,
I know, right? and all we heard was Alex, I'm not even gonna lie, like 0.5 seconds to me believe that Rhonda was there. Like, this is not a recording. It's like, because it was so clear. Alex, wait, what? She's there?
And there was a part of me that was like, man, like I would love to have had Rhonda like show up in this, and she like kind of came back. I've been mad about it too.
Yeah.
But that like she was there this whole time, and she didn't die. But she actually just kind of ran away here to let Alex live his happier life, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Can we agree that she's not really dead, or she's...
No, she's dead. She's dead. I believe that she actually died in Westport. I believe they had a funeral for her. And that's why he almost didn't go back, is because he went to the funeral.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see.
Backtracking real quick, because I didn't... I was going to mention this. He lived in Lake Matthews. And Lake Matthews is in the border of...
Westport.
The Westport area.
Yeah.
And it
just
makes
outside
sense
of
now,
Westport.
like what Mara said, that's where they sell stuff, because it was the border of whatever location they are in.
Yes. And it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. Alex has this Waka moment, and I say Waka moment because Alex wouldn't just let her finish her sentences before interrupting her.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
He's like, I wonder when did she do this? And then she said it. It's like, okay.
Yep.
You know, when I heard that, I thought about it on the like in the production scene or behind the scenes, like. I guarantee he was there when he said it for her to say that part.
Yeah.
Because it was so quick.
It was so quick. It was so good.
So they did so she left for the Atlas like right after he went.
Went to training.
Yeah.
Activated a code for him that Gloria did not know about.
Yep. Yeah.
She said like, congratulations for finding out the code. I'm proud of you. Like, all like the happy, like heart tugging parent like tropes.
Yeah.
Like she went through all of them.
I'm proud of you. I love you.
Yep. And I'm like, stop it. Don't do that to me. It's not okay.
And then she mentioned that there's books back there. You use them because there's something gonna break. Because I guarantee you, it will break.
Yeah. Everything breaks.
Yeah.
So there's how you fix them.
All the logs and all.
Make this your own. Unless
she said Atlas is yours now. Unless she's still here.
And
then like the video ends and they're like, yes, like whatever. And Dot's like, Dot?
Oh yeah. No.
She?
No. At first it's like when she said unless she's here, it's like, okay, I gotta go. And then it stopped and then he started crying. Dot is comforting him. It's like it left us hanging there. What the heck, bro?
It was such like a cute moment though, because you like I think of like the cartoon trope where it's like the squirrely little girls like kind of shy, won't hug them, and she just kind of like and like goes in, like sneaks in that hug. I was like, that was so cute.
Yeah, I can picture it now. Yeah,
and it's like she's trying to hug. She hugged him, and she said, "Alex."
She didn't even like really like struggle. Yeah, she said it clear, and he's like, "Oh, that's 4.
Yeah, that's 4 words."
And she laughs.
And then she said, she. Oh, she. Oh yeah, this girl.
Like, oh yeah, who is she? That would be me. It was like, oh.
I know, bro. They tripped. I was like, yo.
And I thought the episode's gonna end there. I actually thought it's gonna end there when she said that will be me or that's me. I thought it's gonna end there, but it didn't. It didn't. We find out that it's Gloria.
Yeah,
it's still alive.
Gloria.
Yeah.
Now
it was cool that Alex recognized that immediately.
yeah,
too.
right away, because he never met her.
Yeah, he only knew her name from stories.
Yeah, never met her, and freaking girl is still alive because she was kind of old when the gold rush happened. 17 years later, she's still there. Now we can definitely say, I have this in my notes. Now we can definitely say that she's not bored.
Yeah, we can. We can say that.
She's not bored.
Okay, because of her history, maybe because he can recognize her celebrity side of her stayed.
Yeah.
In terms of looks, because some of those celebrities don't grow old, no matter how old they are.
Well, that's cosmetic surgery, bro. And
who was surgerying her?
He could have even seen pictures of her though, from like old movies or whatever.
That's true.
Because that could be something that was literally found and put to the side, or he looked for them himself, or because I mean they're in California, so they do have.
Right.
They would have access to a lot of stuff like that, a lot of entertainment stuff.
And knowing Bert too, Bert would watch those movies.
So Bert might have even known who she was and then helped connect those dots.
Yeah. Connect those dots. That would be me. And she said, "And who the F are you?"
Yeah.
How did you get into my atlas?
How did you get into my atlas? Who are you? How do you know my name?
So,
how do you know who I am?
So Gloria never left.
Yeah.
Never left. She stayed. So we could say that
we kind of knew.
No. So we could say but we could say that Rhonda, when she went there, activate the code, she never encountered her.
Yeah,
but she just knew she probably still here and just never left.
She's probably here somewhere. Yeah, but it's a very big.
It's a very big atlas
place, and probably back then she might have picked a time where she knew Gloria's Gloria's schedule. Right. It was something less consistent because she was there for let's just say an hour. It just ended up they didn't cross paths. Yeah. Maybe they did cross paths.
Is that the reason why she ran? She left quickly?
No, I think Rhonda. Recorded that in their house.
I think Rhonda recorded it there.
You think so?
I think Rhonda recorded it.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Because she won't get a copy of it and install it in that computer.
Exactly.
I think she will record it there.
Yeah.
But the noise that she heard, you're right. That might be Gloria.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's trying to sneak in and out.
I mean, I would assume it was Gloria because when Alex said Gloria, she confirmed in the way she indirectly confirmed it. Well, of course it's me. Who else will be here? Now I want to know. And then we said the line, "How did you get into my atlas? Who are you?" And stuff like that. That's why I confirmed. Oh, it is Gloria.
I'm super curious and super excited to see how that conversation's gonna go. I'm really curious to see how Gloria's gonna handle it.
Yeah,
because Gloria is not a fan of new people.
Yep.
And with it having been
that's true,
18 years or whatever since new people.
That we know of.
Yeah,
for sure.
That we know of.
She's not going to accept
how is she going to handle that?
Yeah.
Especially being close to Prim. Mm-hmm. If she does venture out ever, maybe she's seen Prim and knows some sketchy stuff, and so she might be even more wary. But then she also might be weirdly welcoming because of who Alex is once he explains himself.
Yeah.
Who's the wild shot between in the group? Because I can't remember. Was it Rhonda or Gloria?
The wild one?
One of them had a dead shot close to Bert. She had a shotgun or something. I
think that was Gloria.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that was Gloria. Because because the Rhonda is the techie person, and then Gloria is the other type of person. She was the shooter. Yeah, she was a shooter. Okay. But yeah. I think in the next episode we're gonna continue a little bit of this Alex and
I think it's
Gloria.
Mostly Alex's story again, or at least half Alex's story
I think
again.
A little bit portion of
kind
that,
of like what
and
it
then
did this
back.
time, where it did a little more than half was Alex's story for this one.
Yep. But I think we're gonna have that and then seal it a little bit more, and then go back to Prim, right? Because that's how we're gonna end it for the life for a life is in Prim.
It might be the other way around, but yeah.
What could have been portrayed in this for life in this chapter?
It is the Vera the Lisa's death blaming Nakoma, and that's the life for life.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, or it could be like all the way to Boar. It could be going there too. But I think it has something to do with Lisa's death.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Life for life. But because we know that life for life is from the family, right?
Yep.
Like that's the code of the family, life for a life. We heard that we heard that from them in the story Survival.
Multiple times,
bro.
We heard it there and in Lockdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys have any final thoughts? Anything that you want to say in this episode?
This was a good episode.
It was a great episode.
Great episode.
My gosh, bro.
I didn't realize it was 30 minutes. It was a good episode,
bro.
It was really good.
Oh man, I would have been fine not having that whole Vera and Nick moment.
Yeah,
but we know it's gonna happen eventually. Yeah, I'm just in this episode. I'll be okay with not having that and just having more of the Alex and Dot.
Exactly. That's because we're so hooked on Alex's side story right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, want to say thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you watching this episode.
Yes.
Comment down below if there's anything that you didn't like or you liked. But yeah, Casey, thank you so much for watching and always commenting and supporting our podcast. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.